Hi everybody, this is Jamal from Jay's Internet Solutions. Welcome to another episode of Jay's TV. Okay, this is the third episode on a similar topic about prosumers, about collaboration. Okay, and the topic of today is API. Now, API is a technical term, and I don't normally use technical terms, so I'm going to explain what it means. But API is an abbreviation for Application Programming Interface. Okay, now that's a bit complicated, don't worry about the term, but what it means is that software, right, and websites like Facebook, Twitter and other websites, they allow other websites and other companies to connect to their websites. Okay, so let me explain a bit more about this. Let's say you have a building. Okay, so think of Facebook as a building. Okay, the whole building is Facebook. Okay, and then they have on the side little doors. Okay, and in those little doors they allow other companies to come in and interact with their users. Okay, so those doors are the APIs. Okay, those doors are the interfaces where Facebook allows other companies to connect with them. Okay, so the APIs are extremely powerful, and it's this prosumer paradigm that allows for a company to adopt this sort of culture, this API culture, this prosumer culture. Okay, so one example is that Facebook is a company, right? They have this website that we're all familiar with, that we all probably use, and they have certain features on the website. Okay, but Farmville, think of Farmville. Okay, personally I've never played Farmville. I actually still want to try it out and see what the hype is. But there are so many users, millions of people around the world who play Farmville, okay? And apparently it's so addictive. Generally, I've never been into games, right? Any sort of games, be it computer gaming or game consoles like PlayStation and Xbox and things. A lot of people I know in my industry are sort of very into this, and I'm not, never have been. But a lot of people are into gaming, okay? It's a fact. And the Farmville game is not produced, not created by Facebook, okay? But through Facebook's API, they allow, through this door on the side of the building, they allow the Farmville company to come in, sort of use the Facebook platform and let the users of Facebook play Farmville. So you don't need a Farmville account to play Farmville. You need a Facebook account, okay? Same with other games, same with other applications. And a lot of companies have sort of invested money into producing applications like the Farmville game. It's an application. They've produced applications for their businesses to plug into Facebook, to interface with Facebook, and to make use of the Facebook community. Okay, so that's very powerful. Then we look at Twitter. Twitter has an API as well. So you have Twitter, the website, okay, and then I mentioned this briefly in a previous episode, that the search mechanism before that we had to use for Facebook was a company called Surmise. Okay, so in order to search for what people were saying on Facebook, you went to a website called surmise.com. Okay, now Surmise was an independent company, and they hooked up through Twitter's API, and they created a search engine for Twitter, okay, which Twitter didn't have. Okay, and maybe one day in a future episode we'll talk about how Twitter was born. Okay, it's a very amazing story. But they didn't have a search facility in the beginning. The company Surmise built it, and then eventually Twitter bought Surmise. They bought their search mechanism, okay? And now you go to search.twitter.com, and you will be able to search what is said on Twitter, right? So Surmise, initially the company Surmise used the Twitter API. Then there's a company called TwitPic, okay? TWITPIC.com. It's a company where you take photos, right, on your mobile phone, and you basically, or on any, with sort of any camera, you can take a photo and you upload it to Twitter using TwitPic, okay? Because Twitter doesn't have a photo facility. Twitter is just a blank page, basically. Really, it allows you 140 characters to say something. That's it, okay? So the search mechanism, the photo mechanism was provided by TwitPic. There are others now as well, like YFrog and some others, but TwitPic is an interesting story because I watched a video of the owner of TwitPic. It was done earlier this year, 2010, or end of last year. And he said that he was offered, and the exact number escapes me, but I think above $10 million for his company, okay? And all his company does is offer the facility to take photos. And he explained the size of his company. He works from his home, right? And he has a developer living in another city who has never met before. And his parents also work for him. They live in another city as well. And they sort of, his mom arranges his flights and things like that. And sort of, you know, make sure some admin is done and all of those sort of things. So those four people, his parents, himself, and another developer in another city who he's never met, they make up the company called TwitPic, which we use every day. Okay, I used that when I uploaded the photo of this venue about 10-15 minutes ago, and the company is worth a couple of $1 million. That's phenomenal. Okay, where you'd in sort of the old thinking, the old sort of outside of the Web 2.0 space, you'd have to have a company really big to be worth more than $10 million. But now, because of Web 2.0 and because of the people economy, right? And because that Web 2.0, the more users are using a product, the more valuable the product becomes. That's why TwitPic is so valuable at this stage, okay? Then another company using the Twitter API is called TweetDeck, and there's a number of them like Seesmic. These are Twitter applications to use Twitter. So you can go to the Twitter website, right, on your phone or on the PC, and then you can also go to TweetDeck. You can download an app on your PC or on your laptop, on your phone, and you can use this product called TweetDeck to access Twitter. I use TweetDeck quite often. It's very good. It's a free product as well, and they use the Twitter API. Okay, if Twitter, for example, is down, or if Twitter dies tomorrow, let's say hypothetically, then that product TweetDeck will mean nothing, because all it is an interface into Twitter. Okay, Seesmic is another product that does the same thing, and there are many others. So I just want to explain today, I wanted to sort of open up the API concept and how sort of all the successful Web 2.0 companies have this philosophy, have this culture of synergy, of collaboration, of interfacing with other companies, and doing that, it makes their company more valuable, more powerful, and it also empowers other companies, smaller companies like TwitPic, like TweetDeck, like Seesmic, okay? And all of these companies that are innovative, that have taken the initiative to sort of connect with Twitter, right? The only downfall of this sort of culture is that if a company like Twitter goes down or they don't exist anymore, then that company's sort of product is now somewhat useless. But I guess they could move on and shift their product to another company and plug into their API. Okay, I'm not very technical. I'm a teacher, so I don't know. I can't use an API, for example, in technical terms. But I understand how this works, and I understand that it's very important for all business people to sort of get their heads around get their head around these concepts. Okay, so that's all for today. I hope you guys have grasped the concept, and until we talk again, this is Jamal from Jay's Internet Solutions. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Until we talk again, crush it.